Bad News Brown breaking it down. In this episode, I'm going to speak a little bit about money and finance. In this video is inspired by the Adrian Peterson situation. Reports is that he blew over 100 million. Actually, a lot more than that because years ago I heard something about that. And what I want to say is basically, you guys, this is a good example that it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. You understand? Now, let me explain. Well, for one, AP, he ain't the first, definitely won't be the last to blow a bag. And hey, for what it's worth, it was his to blow. So, now with that being said, I'm sure we all have blue money. It's quite easy to do that. But the thing is, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. It's the simple fact that whether you make $1,000 a month or $10 million a month, it's based on basically your standard of living. So if you got 1,000 a month, I'm sure you may only have one vehicle, and that's about it. Now, if you got 10 million, you're gonna have a lot of vehicles. You probably have more than one residence. You're going to have a lot more clothing. You're going to be taking a lot more trips, a lot more accessories. The restaurants you eat at is going to cost more. Your standard of life is going to cost more. So with that being said, so if you bringing in 10 million a month and it's a dip in that, and 1 month now it's down to 7 million and 5 million, you broke. It's that simple. You're gonna have to sell off something to narrow back down to your cost of living. So, and recently Dame Dash also mentioned that, and I forgot exactly how he compared it to, but he was like, "Yeah, man, you buy, what did he say? You buy a taco, you buy something at dinner, and you broke." Because a lot of times when these guys got money, a lot of that money is locked in. It's not what we call liquid assets, liquid cash, hard cash. It may be locked into a house, a vehicle, jewelry, or other assets, but it's locked in. So therefore, he's not really. And then count taxes. But the main moral to this is just, for one, it ain't how much you make, it's how much you keep. And also, with me knowing this, man, I learned to look at it a little different, a little finance, and I think black folks got that bad. Really want to call it the Willie Lynch crab in a barrel, generational curses, ignorance, whatever you want to call it. Is, I think we gear too much in what we see in front of us, so we easily fooled. It's like a magician, and a lot of this country is based on smoke and mirrors, as it is. Hell, money itself has no value, but that's another story. But the thing is we this is why, one of the reasons why Kanye, in my opinion, is so potent, because he said it in one of those his older songs where we trying to buy back our 40 acres. You understand? So we really is big on image and possessions, consumer goods. I'm gonna put it like that. And of course, we're not the only people. Everybody like consumer goods. That's really the American way of life. But what I'm getting at is that, like, for instance, again, now when I see somebody, whether I'm doing better than them or they doing better than me, in a lot of ways, we in the same bucket. Now that don't mean we the same quality of person, and that's where a lot of people gonna get it twisted at. You understand? Like, I may walk by you every day. We living in two different worlds, man. I'm a whole different person than you. You understand? So, what I got in my pocket or what you got in your pocket really don't make a difference, because for the simple fact, ain't none of us wealthy. So if you're not wealthy or just rich, you really ain't in no position to look down at nobody. And even then, you understand? But just from a financial standpoint, because one chip in your wire and the whole cards gonna come tumbling down. And this is examples we see when we hear about rich people blowing their money. A lot of times is, again, bad financial decisions. They just buy liabilities, whether it's just partying or them helping too many people, pouring out their cup and just blowing it. And again, I hear on AP, he took a loan to throw himself a birthday party when you already behind the eight ball. But again, man, we all did what we did. But to me, that's just, I think in general, and don't get me wrong, man, everybody ain't financially ignorant. But in general, when it comes to us, the way we look at money, man, we got a real consumer way of it. And I might get into that. I'm going to have to break that down because really that's what it is on the nail when I mentioned earlier about buying back the 40 acres. We a consumer people. So that's what it is, man. And just because you consume a lot more, you may think you better than the person that don't have the ability to consume as much as you. But y'all still consuming. Hell, and by that rationale, the fact that you consume more is probably more of a problem than somebody who don't got the ability to consume more. Being that you consume more, you should be able to create more. But that's a whole different story, man. But yeah, man, that's a shame, man. AP, man, hope you get back, get up out that rut. But hey, man, again, goes to show, man, it ain't how much money you make, it's how much you keep. Bad News Brown breaking this shit down for y'all, man. Go ahead and subscribe to me. I'm out.